Hello everybody, this is Japic checking back in with you for another cooking video real quick. Today we're going to be making guacamole. My daughter has a birthday party and we have some ready to eat avocados. For anybody that doesn't know, a good trick if your avocado is a little bit, I guess not quite ready, if you have a little bit of time with it, you can kind of rush it a little bit in a day by putting them in a paper bag, sometimes even with like a banana, something else that, what's the right word? Something else that ripens, I guess, kind of the same way. And by putting them in a bag with like a banana or two for 24 hours, keep it tightly sealed, it actually pushes these things up a couple of days in ripeness from when they were just sitting on your counter. So if you need them in a hurry, that's something you can do to kind of quicken things up. What I'm doing here is I cut them in half, took out the pit. I'm going to save one pit out. There's a little trick about trying to save your guacamole from browning up so fast. And then we're going to cut these on the bias here so that they can have a good start for being mashed. Now, I've already done my other three, excuse me. I have a total of 4 avocado. So I'm going to take these and scoop them directly into my bowl. And I've already pre-done all my other vegetables as well. We have onion and jalapenos and some Roma tomato. I like the Romas because they are a lot more meaty and they don't have quite as much of the kind of the guts and the seeds, so they give a much better product. But like I said, we're having a birthday party this afternoon, so I've kind of waited as long as I could. Well, that's kind of an ugly spot. Let's get those out of there. Kind of waited as long as I could for the guacamole, because the last thing you want to do is have brown, gnarly guacamole. So you don't want to make it too far in advance, but by using lime and having this pit in the bowl with them, it's going to last for a couple of hours. So that's what we need today. So I'm going to finish these up, and I will be back with you guys in just 1 minute after I have mashed them, and we'll get down to the final assembly. Alright everybody, we're back. So I have mashed these up. I like my guac just to be just a little bit chunky. I don't like it to be a complete puree. So I left it just a little bit chunky. If you really, really like it fine, I guess maybe you can run it through a finer mesh, but this is the way I like mine. We're going to add to this about a half a cup of finely diced purple onion. We've got about half a cup of jalapeno, fresh diced. We've got, where should we save those aromas for a few? We're going to put in about a half a cup of our favorite chunky style salsa. This is going to give us a little bit of tomato, a little bit of heat and flavor through the whole thing. We're going to put in some fresh garlic. I buy mine, the stuff out of a jar. I just don't have the time for fresh usually. So we're going to put in a couple of, about a tablespoon and a half of fresh garlic. And if you may recall from our the cooking video, we did make up a spice. This is for my queso video. And I told you I use this spice for anything I cook that is Mexican food. And we're going to be putting in probably about 3 tablespoons of my spice, and we mix this up. So, I mean, guac is really pretty simple, pretty easy. It's not hard at all to make. The hardest part for the guac right now is frankly the price of avocado. Holy crow. They were pretty pricey yesterday. these 4 jumbo Haas avocados that I bought. I think it was 2 for $4. It was the best price I could find on them locally. But you know, 4 avocados is giving me this giant bowl here. So with all those ingredients worked together, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to fold in our fresh tomato. I think I've got more than I want here, so we're going to probably put about half. See, I like this. I'm going to fold this in, try not to mash the tomatoes too much. Don't want to mush them. I know they're going into guacamole, but that's no reason to have smashed and non-recognizable tomatoes. While I'm working on this, maybe just a little bit more, want to remind you all that we're still looking for food submissions from anybody that is interested. Vault Girl and I are so far very happy with the submissions we've gotten. We're loving to see that you guys are out there cooking with us. And just as a little pat on the back of encouragement, you know, we want to see more. So do us a favor, send us another video for some of you that have already begun, and we'll kind of go from there. Let me grab a chip real quick to test this with. We'll see how close we got our first try here. Maybe I'm thinking maybe more seasoning, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I'm going to put another tablespoon of my seasoning in, and probably a dash of some hot sauce. Sorry for the wiggle on the camera there. My daughter, as previously discussed, is in love with Cholula, and has a lot of good flavor and not too much heat. So we use it frequently in our house. So that was about a tablespoon, maybe 1.5 of Cholula, but of course this is at this point seasoned to taste. You know, you really like a hot, make it hot. Bring your habaneros, bring your ghost peppers, bring whatever you got, whatever you want. This is your guac. But at this point, we're about done. The biggest thing this thing needs right now is to rest and meld. So I know it's not as pretty as it could be. Hey, it's guacamole. A lot of people like cilantro. There's a lot of people who are allergic and or do not like cilantro. So I typically don't add it to my guac because for some people it's an automatic turnoff. Wait, there's cilantro? I'm out. But on the other hand, I've never heard somebody say, wait, there's no cilantro in it? Forget you, I'm not eating this. So when I'm working for a party, I just like to keep it simple and try to include as many people as possible. So it's really fresh, really easy. You know, what is this taking 5 minutes to slap together? The hardest part of this one is the prep. Well, hell, maybe the hardest part is actually the shopping for the ingredients and then the prep. But either way, I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. And oh no, we didn't do limes. Oh, ooh, that was almost bad. That was almost bad. I have 2 limes. And to juice these up a little bit, what you can do is you can mash them down onto your cutting board, and it helps break up the cell walls of the fruit, and it gets them real squishy and pliable. And like I said earlier, when you're talking about making a guac, if you don't have any kind of an acid in here, this thing is going to be it's going to turn brown. It's going to start turning brown in about 10 minutes without this. So it's definitely recommended that you do use limes or another acid where you can. In this case, I'm going to squeeze this whole lime in here, work it through and test it. And if I don't think that's quite enough, then I'll hit it again. And then when I go to take it to the party, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a piece of cellophane over the top of it that is going to keep all the air off of the surface of the guac. And what that does is it does not allow the top to, I think it's officially oxidize, I think is the right word. and so it won't be turning brown on the top, and so it kind of gives us his best chance, his best life for the party. And then once again, I've also heard that if you have a pit from an avocado that you put into your mix, there's something about that pit that also helps stop it from oxidizing. And I don't know if that's true or not. Admittedly, I have never tried it. I've always found that with enough citrus, you are just fine. You're in business. So I think we are going to be good on this one. Yeah, I just need some more time to meld. So thanks everybody for coming along for this quick video. I hope you have a great time at whatever you're doing this week. And yeah, once again, please send us our submissions. Links in the description below. Everybody is doing a great job, and we are very interested in seeing more food. So take care, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.